This is the future. Evolution.
Hey guys, before we continue, just a small warning. People with epilepsy, I think it would be a good idea if you would skip the music sections of the show, or at least don't look at the visualizations. Looking at the visuals are awesome. I agree with you, it's very mesmerizing, but it could be dangerous and I don't want to be the reason for you having a fit. I do apologize for any inconvenience, but if you want to listen to the music, listen to it. Otherwise, skip it. Thanks guys, thanks for your support. On with the show. Well, good evening guys and welcome back to my channel, and this is Cript Zone Live. Again, without the live part, because as some of you may know, my internet sucks. It has not been fixed yet. It's still the same as it looked last weekend. So if you want to see what my speeds were last weekend, then go check it out. You can see it on the last show. I actually showed you what my internet is. The good news is the fiber is on its way, and I promise you the moment the fiber is in, then I will definitely do a live show again. Until then, I think this is the quickest and best way to do it, and also to give you guys the best kind of quality that you can. As you guys can see behind me, I repacked or restocked the shelves a bit, moved the content around a bit. I think it looks much better like this. I think it looks I like it, it's nice. I think it looks very nice. It splits my novel series apart a bit and shows off some of my dragons and stuff, so I think I like it. But anyway, what you are here for is to listen to the news that was trending in the last week, and to listen to some of the new music that I got. And also there wasn't a lot of news. I'm actually sick and tired of the fuel prices going up and alcohol ban and cigarette ban, blah 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 blah. I'm just heartful, you know. So I've been looking for some different type of news, something a bit interesting, something different. So what I found was the following. So coming up in the show, I'm looking past just because I'm looking at the screen behind you, so I just want to see what it says. Okay. Crime stats for the financial year 2019 to 2020, of which they say alcohol was responsible for most of it. Yeah, probably because alcohol was banned. Nah, there was no alcohol around, so that's why the people got aggro. PlayStation 4 peripherals. Will it work on your PlayStation 5? It will, but there's a catch. What is the cheapest backup power setup for running your PC during load shedding? We're going to talk about a little bit of power saving methods and what you can buy or do to back up your power. And South Africa is losing Google Music Play, or Google Play Music. Google Play Music. We are one of the first countries to lose it. So yeah, let's get into the show, and we start off with this tune.
Whisper to me softly,
Hi guys, subscribe to my channel now so that you do not forget. Hit that bell icon and get notified of my further uploads. Lastly, feel free to comment. Show me some love by giving me a thumbs up at the end of the video. So welcome back, you are tuned into Cript Zone Live, and this is our first little bit of news. So here we go again with alcohol getting to blame for all our problems. Alcohol played a role in 8.4% of violent crimes in 2019 to 2020. Probably guys got aggro because they couldn't get a hold of any alcohol. Combined, there were 372,174 murders. They omitted the rape statistics, so I do not have it. Okay, so they didn't want to say what that was. But here are the percentages. Murder was 1,430 out of 21,325. Attempted murder, there was 1,294 out of 18,625. Assault with intent to cause grievously body harm was 19,843 out of 166,720 cases. Common assault was 8,755 out of 165,494. At liquor outlets, there were 844 murders, 838 attempted murders, and 11,128 assaults with intent to do harm, and 6,298 common assaults. So Becky Cele said it was up to him. Alcohol would have been banned permanently. Thank goodness he's not the boss, even though he thinks he is. Now, I'm not sure how they worked out these percentages, because if you tell me there was 1,430 murders out of 21,000, does that mean there was 21,335 assaults and attempted murders, of which 1,430 was successful? Or what does the other ones mean? Or was 21,335 murdered and only 1,430 was accounted for? It doesn't make sense to me. But that is the way that the stats came through to me. So yeah, I'm not sure how bad it is in your country, but as you can see, in this country, murder it's bad. It's bad. It's like breathing the air. So it's really cuck. Anyway, what is not so bad is the next tune. So enjoy.
It's been a while, haven't felt this way in a long time. Can I tell you a secret? It gets a little crazy in my mind. Crazy, crazy. It gets a little crazy in my mind. Crazy, crazy. Gets a little crazy. It gets a little crazy. Crazy, crazy, gets a little crazy in my mind. There is something about you, I can't quite figure it out. All I know is I want to know.
please head over to my webpage at www.criptzone.co.za and come and check out the page. You will notice there is a lot of information on there. Hyperlinks are provided so that you don't have a problem going anywhere. Head up to my podcast page and come and see what am I currently working on my podcast. There is also the Cript Zone live page, which I will update regularly to let you know when I'm going to do the next show like this one. The goal is to try and do one every week. Head on over to my Cript Zone YouTube page and come and check out what are the latest videos that I am working on, and also what new videos is up and coming. If you have any queries or questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can email me at shoal.reaper@gmail.com. Welcome back, guys. You are tuned into Cript Zone Live. So in its recent blog post, Sony has answered one of the frequently asked questions about the PS5 and its controller compatibilities. The good news is that certified peripherals such as racing wheels, arcade sticks and flight sticks will work on the PS5. The PS Move controller and PlayStation VR aim controller for PS VR games included. The PS4 controller, on the other hand, will only be compatible with PS4 games played on the PS5 console. In addition, the Platinum and Gold wireless headsets, along with all other third-party headsets that connects via the USB port or audio jacks, will be compatible with PS5, but their respective apps won't work. In my opinion, why would you want to play with a PlayStation 4 controller on your PS5? The PS5 has got new features. That's why the new controller has been changed to adapt to those features, like the haptic feedback and so on. And honestly, if you want to go and play at your friend's house, just take your PS5 controller with and go play on his machine. I'm sure the controllers will connect like all the other units do. And if you're not a cheapskate, then just buy yourself an extra controller. If you're going to spend like 7,000 or 8,000 bucks for a PlayStation, you might as well take out another 700 bucks and get an extra controller for you and the wife or whatever buddies is coming over to play. Or even as a backup. Come on. There are ways around it. Stop moaning about simple stupid things. Load shedding is back in good old SA, which means that many people will need to buy backup electricity solutions to keep imported electronics functional while there is no electricity. So having a laptop that can run for a couple of hours after the power went out is one way of saving your work and one way of saving you money. But most people that's working from home do not have a laptop. They only have desktop PCs. So what is the answer for them? A UPS is not a good idea or a definitive answer, because a UPS only lasts a couple of minutes. The idea of a UPS is when the power goes off, it gives you a warning and like 5 minutes or so that you can save your work, switch it off and be done with it. People with very powerful gaming rigs that doesn't want to switch off, that's maybe busy in a game, want to continue playing for a couple of hours, they will need some kind of power solution. And the best solution for you gamers out there is called power trolleys, which combine an inverter and battery system in one convenient package. How much power do you need? You would first have to calculate the power consumption of your PC. Gaming PCs can use up to 500 watt and even more power supplies. I mean, I've got a 750 watt power supply in my unit. To determine the power consumption in your PC, you have to calculate the wattage of your power supply, including the memory, the motherboard, the storage and the graphics cards. And if you want to keep the screen up and running, you also have to take into account how much wattage the screen takes. Let's say it takes about 30 watts, especially if it's an LCD. And if you also want to have your router up and running at that time, it's going to be an additional 20 watts of power. So how to calculate? Take your power supply plus your screen plus your router, and then add it together. So I wrote you in my case. So you take 500 watts, for example, plus a 30 watt for the screen, 20 watt for the router, and that will be 550 watts. Now times that per how many hours you want to keep your system running. For 2 hours, you will need a 1100 watt and so on. You can read more about Mercer's power trolleys online. So for every hour, you have to multiply the amount of how much power you're going to need to run it for a certain time of hours. But that at least is one of your alternative answers. But I think it's still going to be a very expensive answer, because you cannot use any type of battery. You're going to probably have to use some kind of deep cycling battery, and you're going to have to use a specific inverter and all that stuff. So if you want to know more about that, go read about it online. And then I don't know how bulky, how big that system is, but at least it will be some way, or at least it's a way for you to have something in your house to keep your rig up and running for a couple of hours.
Rising up like phoenixes, been tired of pushed down the ground. Speaking my heart like it really is, 'cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I got my lows, I got my highs, moving them close to my goal. Time is now, place is here to rise, filling the holes on my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. Racing up like phoenixes, speaking my heart like it really is. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
Thank you for always tuning in. Here's another one of your favorite tunes. Stay stuck.
Come
And you're back. And this is Cript Zone Live. So a last little piece of news is that Google has announced to phase out plan for Google Play Music, with South Africa being one of the first countries to lose access to the main streaming service. The phase out is part of Google's replacement of Google Play Music with YouTube Music. Starting in September, users in South Africa and New Zealand will no longer be able to stream music from the Google Play Music app. The rest of the world will be phased out in October. And by December 2020, YouTube Music will be all over the place. Okay, so by December 2020, YouTube Music will have taken over everything. Well, that is that then for our show. It was short and sweet. Like I said, there wasn't actually a lot of news this week, but at least I think I gave you some information on some stuff. Okay, so just some information for you guys if you're interested. I was playing a horror game a while back, which was The Beast Inside, and I thought of making this like a horror channel as well, playing horror games. Unfortunately, the two that I wanted to play was crap. It was it just wasn't good. So I was thinking about starting to play the new remake of Resident Evil 2. It has been remade about a year or 2 years ago, but I haven't even played it yet. So I want to actually play that game for you guys, and I'm waiting for the remake of Resident Evil 3 as well to come out now, which should be any time now. And I would like to get that game as well, and then maybe if my timing is right and I can finish 2, then I can start playing 3, and then we'll take it from there. Also, I am busy with my first 8 videos still. The next series or the next episode will be dealing with head injuries, and I'm going to divide that in 3 parts, because you've got head injuries, then you've got eye injuries, and so on and so forth. So we will just take on the first section about head injuries. Keep an eye out for that. That will probably be out later this weekend, maybe on Sunday or later in this week. And then I am still having a successful podcast reading The Ghosts of Sussex as an audiobook, or stories that I'm reading. So chapter 14 is out if you are interested in listening to the different ghost stories from England, and that can be found on my podcast, Cript Zone Books or Cript Zone Audio. And to get to all of this stuff, you can go to my webpage. There's hyperlinks everywhere, and you can just click on the little links or icons or blocks that will take you to the different places. So that's it. That's my week. That's what I've got planned. That's what's going on in my life. So thanks for joining me today on the show. And please remember to subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. You can comment if there's anything you want to find out about. And remember, if you want to see more content like this, to hit that bell icon so that you can get notified of any further information or further uploads or anything new that I'm doing. So until next time, guys, cheers.